Okay, so here now we are observing about the microclimatic conditions in the bryophytes. So this is the same photograph. Already we have seen about the factors affecting the microclimatic conditions. So I am going to consider these conditions are there. So here we are knowing the soil air is the important factor, then air temperature, then humidity, and the control of air velocity and the wind is there. Just we will see about the soil air temperature control. So already there are the shady areas are there, ventilated areas are there, provided by the trees, shrubs, or the climbers are there, and they are all these solar radiations reaching to the ground level or these surfaces. So therefore it is favorable condition to develop this particularly the bryophytic plants are or the communities are there. The ventilated air or the air temperature is developed due to the evapotranspiration by the plants are there, and this water evaporates generally seen from the leaf areas are there. Then in relation to humidity, it is commonly called as a relative humidity. Relative is nothing but the percentage of the humidity in the air. So as the water gets evaporate, the surface it generally it shows the transpiration, and there is a evapotranspiration is there, right? So here the basically there is having the main part is there. So there is having the ventilated areas and the evapotranspiration is there. So just we have to consider this in relation to the bryophytic species. In relation to bryophytes are there, as these are it is a traditional name, particularly in the land plants are there, supposed as a pioneers that is developing on the firstly on the substratum. You are observing that these are the photographs of the patches of the bryophytes are there, and the mosses are the important, they play important role in the reducing the soil erosion along the streams water, the nutrient cycling in the tropical forest, and the insulating. So just you see, this is the moss with the dewdrops are there, so it maintain the humidity. Then there are the large moss patches are there, so it cover the soil area, so soil erosion gets stopped. Another this photograph it shows the trunk area of the this in the forest, about the tree trunk is there, and it shows the development of the mosses cover. Then branches are there. This condition generally seen where the heavy rainfall is there. About the mosses wooden this fallen log is there. So generally it shows the different condition and maintain the soil erosion. As you are observing, this is a rock is there, so this rock also covered, and commonly in succession commonly we are knowing the Giroceri. I think in the succession you are known this Giroceri, Hydroceri, Mesoceri. So in Giroceri condition, so it is a barren rock, but later on it developed covered by the mosses. These are the patches of the mosses are there. So there are thousands of the spores, they germinate on the soil are there. So therefore this is the one character. Yeah, good. This is the sphagnum. So sphagnum having the two branches, one pendulum and the one divergent branch is there, and you observe this about with its capsule. So dehisced capsule and the unopened capsule is there. This is for the polytrichum. So it develops in the patches, and the location of the mosses generally it is showing the packed condition. They grows in the dense and the packed colonies are there. So it is to be easy to understand. Some liverworts, as you are observing, or the neem. Neem is also even hepatic leaf is jungle manual, On the right hand side, this is the about the liverworts, and this shows in relation to the Jima cups, particularly seen in this our particularly Markensia or the Lunula reari is there. So these are the Jima cups of the Markensia, Anthridiophore, Markensia polymorpha, umbrella shaped structures are there. These are the sporophytes of the Anthoceros. So the gametophytic condition and the sporophytic conditions in the some moss species are there. Then these are the dehisced capsules are there. So due to the columella, they shows the two horn-like structure, and therefore these are called as hornworts are there. So all develop, I think, in relation to our Maharashtra locations are there. So Anthoceros is not found everywhere. I think at Sinhagad or certain forts are there at the where the water drain off is there or the soil is having specific. Then and then it is only occurring. At Purandar it is occurring abundant, Sinhagad occurring abundant, but in Mahabaleshwar it is less as compared to other places are there. So Plagiocasma is there more. The leafy jungle mammals are there, liverworts. You see how is the thallus. So this thallus, it shows a leaf-like structure. Leafy Plagiochila is the good example of this leafy jungle. Then again the mosses patches are there. I have just selected this because how is the microclimatic condition, soil, water, temperature, then airflows, then substratum is there. Already we have done the work in relation to soil nutrients. As the altitude changes, so soil nutrient is also changing, particularly organic carbon is there and the nitrogen or this one, and there are the specific conditions around the soil area and rhizosphere, so attached to the thallus, so or the root system or the rhizoid system is there. In hornworts you are observing the matured this red colored sporogonium is seen, so it is due to the matured this sporogonium structure. It is the notothallus or the Anthoceros thallus. Then in mosses, just see this is the forest area. So small soft plants about 1 to 10 centimeter growing typically together at the moist shady places are there or on the rocks or in the arid locations are there. So ecologically they having the importance is there. So here the observing the certain patch is there. So abundant water content and these characters are there. So peat, it is a brown dark color spongy metal produced due to the compression and carbonization by deposits and the water. So peat word, it is generally used for the sphagnum. So sphagnum it is the main character. Then in peat formation, the role of bryophytes, the it is used to seed beds, then shelters or soil conservation, indicator of the soil pH. Generally acidic pH is there, so to maintain the alkaline, the peat powder it is used in the fields. We are knowing they having the different functions are so there. So in due to the microclimatic condition, so wind direction it is seen for the larger plants are there. Then in the landscaping, so it is related to our landscape, so direct light and the indirect light. So here you are observing two photographs. So as it is the direct solar light and it is up to the basement area is there. In the some harder landscapes are there, so these are the man-made landscapes are there. So just I have selected location. Suppose the pools and ponds are there, so it shows the more humidity is there. Then mulching areas, mud formations are there, it shows the specific condition. So Rixia flutans, like some examples they found at the certain moist or these areas are there. So therefore here along the road, along the walls or the exposed areas are there. Then sides of the this river or the bank where the conditions are developed, so humidity is good one. So you see the certain locations, certain grass areas are there, so their occurrence is the more. And secondly, nowadays due to urbanization we having the different types of the characters are there. So soil changes in this character. Then one point remain. So generally the preservation and the protection of these natural sites are there. So this is also one of the factor. So we have to maintain this microclimatic condition due to the maintenance of the forest are there. So therefore different models in the certain areas, they are to be they should be maintained properly, right? So you have to consider this area. These are the certain global some conditions are there around the home or around the forest area. Okay, so in the next lecture we will see about the on the same topic, microclimate of the bryophytes, with other examples. Okay, thanks to all.